Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Life After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 48, and it was titled Players Get Played. Alright, y'all, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. Alright, y'all, let's get started with this episode. Let's get started, y'all. So we're going to start with John and Christiana because they ain't really had too much going on. She going for a walk and stuff, and she's saying that good things are happening to her. And then she tells us about a son. I don't know if we knew she had a son. Maybe we did, and I just can't remember. But she said that she has not seen her son in like a year and a half. When he was 21 months old, she lost custody of her son. He went to live with his father, and she was happy that, you know, the dad was able to take him because she didn't want him to see her high. And then she started crying. You know how Christiana be crying. I swear she cried every damn episode. But she started crying and stuff and saying like she feels worthless as a mother because she chose the crack pipe over her son. So she calling him on the FaceTime, and, you know, he like, hi, mom, and he's talking to her and whatnot. And she's saying, like, this is the first time that he's seen her clean. And she was saying, she was just talking some little small talk and stuff. And he was saying, like, it was good to see him. Not see him. It was good to see her. But, you know, he hopes she'll continue the way she's doing because he doesn't want to be disappointed in her because he has been disappointed in her several times because, you know, she make a promise, I'm going to be clean. And then next week, you know, she back on that stuff. So he just hopes that this will be the final time. She invites him to the wedding, and he like, well, you know, we haven't talked and I haven't seen you in a while. So I don't know if I want to just come to something big like that. But, you know, I'll let you know after I think about it for a few and then call you back and let you know whatever. So she's saying like she just doesn't want to disappoint him anymore, and that she hopes that that was like, I think she said that was the final straw. Like the last time she got high was the final straw, and she's not going to do it no more. So we hope she stay clean. So far, what's she been out for? I don't even remember how long she been out, but however long she been out, she been clean. So hopefully she'll keep that up. Hopefully she do not fall back off the wagon. Because I kind of like Christiana. And I got, you know, I'm hoping and rooting for her to stay clean and stuff for her sake, you know, and her kids' sake too. Let's move on to Marcelino and Brittany. Again, I do not believe the story. I just don't. We see Marcelino, he pay a bill. She's telling us that she didn't sleep very well last night because she keeping a secret from Marcelino, and she don't like keeping secrets from him. But she don't want to let him know because she don't want to look like a failure to him or whatever. So her friend Amanda come over. Remember, that was the ex-con. Remember they linked up in jail, and then that was her ex-girlfriend in jail. And then when they came out, she was trying to have like this throuple with them and, you know, all the other stuff, y'all. So anyway, she come over, they go out on the back, they start smoking cigarettes with their feet in the pool, and then drinking little margaritas and stuff. And then Brittany just casually tells her what happened, because Amanda did ask her, like, you know, what's going on with the sober living house. The way Brittany just rattled it off all casually, like, oh yeah, Robert ran off with the money with $80,000 and yada, yada, yada. It was just like, pass me the salt, pass me the ketchup. Like, it was just like real fluent or whatever. So she was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? She was like, you know, well, we going to get it taken care of and stuff. And she was like, well, what does Marcelino think? She was like, well, I haven't told him yet. She was like, Brittany, you got to tell him and stuff. So then she want to change the subject and ask Amanda, like, who she dating. Amanda saying that she dating this girl. She was like, what? You dating this girl? And mind you, while they smoking by the pool, they playing footsie in the water. I said, girl, you married. But Amanda say that she like girls more than guys, and girl, I can understand that. But she's saying like she dating somebody and that Brittany will always be her first, and Brittany like, whatever. She was like, but Brittany, you married. Like, what is you doing? She was like, I'm just saying, whatever. And then it was hot outside, so they went inside. Amanda get ready to go. Child, why she gonna say, well, you, because they was, Marcelino at this time came into the kitchen, was, you know, just talking to Amanda, joking with her, talking about, I'm gonna check your purse when you leave and all this stuff crap. So she says, well, okay, Brittany, I'm finna leave or whatever. Hit me up if you need my help taking care of Robert, or kicking Robert out, or beating him up, something like that. And Marcelino was like, wait, what? And so she was like, oh, we gonna talk about it later. Amanda about to leave, so we gonna talk about it later. But he was like, okay, what's going on? Amanda leave. They sit down. He like, well, tell me what's going on. What's popping? Like, what's she talking about? What's going on? And she was like, well, just calm down. Don't say, I'm not calming down. Because you just tell me what's going on. So then she finally tells him what happened. And then he started blowing up. Are you serious, Brittany? Are you serious? Like, why am I the last to know? That's $8,000. And thank y'all for telling me. Because I kept thinking they had the whole $80,000. But no, they just had $8,000. But that's still a lot of money. But anyway, he was like, that's $8,000. Why am I the last person to know? Everybody know before me and stuff. She was like, well, I didn't want to feel like a failure in your eyes. And I didn't want to feel like a loser. I feel like an idiot that I gave him this money and stuff. And he like, well, that sounds like failure to me. So she was like, oh, really, Marcelino? So then she get up. She's mad. Child, she was like, wow, I'm that chick that will tie him up and beat his ass down, and I don't want to go to jail because I've been in jail for 7 years and I don't want to do that. He like, well, look, Britt, you better get the bail money together, because if we find this dude and he ain't got our money, it's going to be a whole problem. So then he go and I guess take a drive or whatever to calm himself down. She like, I don't want you gonna leave or you gonna leave? So then he leave out. He mad because he like, you done gave $8,000 to a fiend. What about the kids and all this other stuff? And he mad. And she like, well, don't get mad. He like, well, how you gonna tell me not to get mad? You just told me this shit. Like, come on now, girl. And that was pretty much it. Again, I don't believe the story. I just don't. Because you can't be that slow to give somebody all that money and you ain't got nothing in writing. Come on now. But anyway, let's talk about Shane and Lacey. Lacey getting on my nerves. She's a trollop. They pick up where they left off with Daddy on the beach yelling at Shane and he need to get himself together or somebody else gonna be in a daddy role and stuff. And she's still in the bathroom with John. She tells us since Summer Rain was born, they've spoken. He reached out to her. And, he got a girlfriend, but John not happy because he can't get away from them drugs or whatever. And she said that she knows that John will love drugs more than her, so that's why she had to break free. And it sounded like she was using Shane as the rebound to get over John, but we already kind of knew that. So she was just telling us, like, she was hoping that John, that her being with Shane would help John get off drugs or something like that. I said, huh? Wouldn't that have made him take drugs more because you was like the love of his life? Like, make it make sense, Lacey. But then she's saying that, what else she said? She said, because the producers asked her, was she in love with him? And she was like, well, I don't know what love is. It's kind of complicated. I don't really know what the definition of love is, but every time I'm with John, like we connect, we have a good time. I don't know why, but we have like this good time. We had this connection and stuff, and I don't have that with Shane. And she was saying, and John knows me better than Shane does. And I'm like, that's because you're not letting Shane in the way you let John in. And whose fault is that? That's your fault that your husband don't know you like John knew you. Like, come on, girl, step it up. So then out there on the beach, Daddy mad at him and Dad like, well, half of you here, half of you there. Shane like, that's because I'm depressed. He like, you depressed now? He like, yeah, like I don't feel like I'm anybody right now. Like can't provide for my family. I don't have no job right now. Like I just don't feel like I'm contributing anything like that. And so the dad like, well, if you give it your best, you'll receive the best and stuff like that. And Shane is just going through it, and he really needs to talk to a therapist to kind of get that out and find some coping skills to help him with that. And if need be, if he need to get on medication, he just needs to get on medication. But he needs to try to talk to somebody about this. And Lacey Daddy and Lacey is not the two people he needs to talk to. Inside the bathroom, she talking about something. She want to meet up with John so they can have a conversation in person and stuff. And then she said, like, she also said that, I told y'all, she said John knew her better than Shane. But then she also mentioned that John never cheated on her. I said, girl, Shane, your biggest mistake was cheating on Lacey and telling her that you cheated. Like, that was your biggest mistake. Because she always going to bring that up. Even though you faithful. You could be faithful to her for 20 years. She going to bring it up that you cheated on her 20 years ago. Like, boy, if you don't cut your losses and just take care of your child 50-50 or whatever. Because she's just going to keep running after John every time something wrong with you. And that's that whole bounce back. I cannot stand her. And then she in the bathroom talking about something. She not happy with Shane. She don't want to go home with Shane. She don't know what she want to do with Shane. And yada, yada, yada. Like, girl, bye. like I said, she just went with Shane because he was a rebound and try to get her over John, but it ain't worked the way she wanted it to work, and then she ended up getting married to him and having a baby. Like, did you think all of that was going to help you get over somebody you was deeply in love with? Like, girl, bye. Anyway, moving on to Brittany and Ray. Child, he working at the warehouse. He got him a job. He been working there for a week. He's saying he just getting used to working again and stuff. And he basically saying like he proud of his accomplishments. He made it out of jail. He made it to getting a job because, you know, sometimes you can't get a job right away after you get out of jail. So he was able to get a job. So he's proud of his accomplishments. His friend is talking to the one he working with and stuff like that. On the other side of town, we see Brittany. She with her sister. They shopping. So the store, they giving them libations. I said, what store is this? They just giving out libations while y'all looking at clothes and stuff. Like, what if you spilled it? Because it was red wine. What if you spilled the red wine on the clothes and stuff? Then I guess you brought it. I mean, that's a smart business tactic. But anyway, they talking. She like, oh, my baby getting paid today. He gonna buy me everything. He gonna be that first check is going to me. He gonna spoil me. Yes, yes, yes. And then she told her sister, like, we've been talking about marriage. We've been talking about kids. And you know, he okay with the plan if he had money and stuff. And sis like, but he gonna be taking care of you, right? Yes, girl, because he getting that check. He getting that money, that coins, okay? So she like, oh, okay. She like, but let me tell you, girl, he owe $143,000 in restitution. She was like, who did what? Wait, can you give me some more wine? So she like, because she like, bitch, what? So he at the job or whatever. The dude, I guess they on a lunch break or something. So the friend, the homie, he like, what you gonna do with your money? He was like, well, you know, I'm going, you know, pay some bills and, you know, save up some money and stuff. So he looking at the check and was like, oh, this can't be right. These taxes is a bitch. What? And so the man like, well, yeah, we all got to pay taxes, man. We all got to pay. He was like, yeah, but I worked 60 hours and they took out like $400 out my check. And the homie was like, yeah, the more you make, the more you take, child. So he was like, but what I'm supposed to do with this? I can't do nothing with this. He was like, man, welcome to the real world. He was like, I can't do nothing to this. I can't do nothing to this. And then on the other side of town, like I said, sis like, Brittany like, yes, he gonna be, that check going to me. And sis like, you sure he can afford you, girl? Because you is high bougie. She was like, it's gonna be okay. Child, she come in the house, he in there cooking. I don't know what he was cooking, but he up there chopping up some onions. She come in with a bunch of bags. He was like, oh, you went out shopping and stuff? She was like, yeah, baby. How was work? He was like, it was all right. Well, how was your check? It was all right. He was like, I got my first check today. You got your first check today? Okay. Yes, this is a step closer to me and my mama. We going pop champagne, pop champagne. He like, no, ain't nothing to be excited about. I was expecting a bigger check. She was like, what you mean? You sound all Eeyorish. And he like, well, you know, I had to pay taxes and stuff. She was like, yeah, we all got to pay taxes, baby. We all got to pay taxes. He was like, yeah, but I can't do what I wanted to do with this check. She was like, don't think like that. You think negative stuff going to happen? Like, he was like, look at this check and tell me. Her face was like, he was like, exactly. She was like, all right. But you get, it's the first check. It's the first check. So that's a step. Like, you got a first check. Like, don't think bad. Don't look down and stuff. You got a first check. He like, yeah, whatever though. So then she started pouring the noodles out on the table. I said, well, I hope that table was clean. But then again, y'all who just eating it. So who is me? So she poured the noodles out. She was like, well, this is your, this is taxes. He was like, no, this taxes. This my check. She was like, don't worry about it. Let me do my lesson. So then she poured all the noodles out and stuff. And she was like, see, this is taxes. This your check. And he like, no, let me come over there and do it. So this is my check. It was like that. And then this is taxes. And then this is restitution. So then he picks up this big old thing of noodles and he goes to the trash. And I said, what are you about to do with them noodles? He throws good noodles in the trash. I said, wasn't that for dinner? So then he came back and was like, you know what, matter of fact, let me get some more of these noodles because that's restitution. And he threw them in the trash. I said, boy, now y'all ain't got a lot of pasta to go with the meat sauce she was making. Like, what you doing with the noodles? Why would you throw the noodles? Like, you could at least throw the noodles in a pot. Like, why would you throw them in the trash? Like, come on now. But he was mad. He wasn't really thinking straight. But anyway, She like, you acting like a baby. You acting like a baby and stuff. Yes, we in this together. I ain't making a lot of money. But we are making a lot of money. Like, we knew you had restitution. We gonna pay. Like, girl, you just found out yesterday he had restitution. But who is me? So then she like, we got this. And he was like, you making me mad. You making me mad. Oh, I'm getting mad too because you all this I stuff and this we. He like, you know what? I ain't even worried about it no more. You take all that. You cook. I don't even want to cook no more. And he go stomping off into his room like a little big baby. I said, child, somebody get this man a second job, because she working 2 jobs, so why he can't work 2 jobs? He better go find him a second job, because it sounded like he was trying to get back to them old ways, and that's not good, because he gonna end up right back in jail. Stan and Lisa, child. So Stan on the couch, he don't feel good. He got the bubble guts, his belly all upset and stuff. And, she like, well, let me take this thermometer. You want me to stick this up your ass? He was like, up my ass. I said, not the thermometer. How old is he? But she put it in his mouth and stuff. She's taking care of him, whatever. And she said that relationship not perfect, but it's doing what it's doing. So she making him some hot toddy or whatever. It's real nasty. He talking about, Samuel, I'm glad you keeping my, you're making me warm in between my legs or something like that. I said, Stan, that ain't sound right, but whatever. Samuel is the cat. He was just laying in between his legs. I understood what the cat was doing, but the way Stan said it was kind of like, But anyway, Stan texting somebody. So she was like, well, I'm going to go try on these clothes, do a little fashion show for you, Poppy, and I'm going to be back. So he was like, all right, baby, all right. So then he like, texting somebody, child. She up there, she trying on, she putting on a little yoga top, her little yoga bottoms that cost $90. I said, damn, for some yoga pants, the fuck? But anyway, them shits better make you lose weight in all these places and lift your cheeks and give you some goddamn hips. But it ain't look like it did all that for her, so she should have took them back. Because $90, girl, you could have went to Marshalls, Burlington, Ross, and got you some real cute ones for cheap. But who is me? Anyway, she like, look here, boo, because he was like, well, how much you spent? She was like, I only spent maybe like $300. He was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, I just need one more thing from you. I need a laptop and I need some workout shoes. And he was like, what you need all that for? She was like, well, I need the laptop for school and stuff. He was like, don't you need to enroll first? I was like, damn, but he right though. So then she was like, but you should help me want to better myself. He said, yeah, I want you to better yourself, but it's steps and I'm trying to keep a roof and some food over here. So then he was about to tell her about how the stock market worked, and then his phone rung. So she was like, go ahead and answer the phone. He was like, nah, it's just some, it's a junk call or whatever. So he put the phone down. Wrong move, Stan. So she like, so then after he finished, putting the phone down, he was like, well, damn, I don't even know what I was going to say. She was like, well, let me see what your phone, let me see what's going on here. What's going on? So then she looked through the phone. She say, who's Tina? So he like, oh, that's somebody I met 5 years ago. She was like, well, you supposed to be with me. Like, that's not normal. You talking to other girls and stuff. Child, why she mad? I said, girl, ain't you texting somebody else? Ain't you telling somebody you want to see her new titties? Like, why you mad, Lisa? Tell me why you mad. So he like, I ain't seeing nobody else. So he's saying he ain't seeing nobody else. She upstairs, she mad, she didn't change into her jean outfit because she ain't doing fashion show no more. She like, I'm up here giving this man some goddamn diarrhea meds while he got a whole bitch calling and stuff. She was like, I could be with millionaires. Like, he want to be a player, but you know what, players get played. I said, girl, but she was already playing them, so whatever. So Stan like, I don't know why she mad. Like, it ain't like we was making up some secret rendezvous or something like that. I don't even understand why she mad and stuff. I'm 65, I can only handle one hoe. Well, I can't handle all these hoes and stuff. So then she come back downstairs. She like, look, you got 48 hours to tell me who you want to be committed to. Either you going to be committed to me or them other hoes. He was like, baby, I ain't did nothing though. It was just somebody texting me. She like, look, you heard what I said. You got 48 hours. If you don't call me no more or you get rid of these hoes. You want to get married? Oh, okay. So then she like, you know what? A 5,000 to 10,000 rings just suffice. And then she gonna grab her little, I'm about to say Ziploc bag. She grabbed her little trash bag, child. I said, all this time she ain't got no luggage. Like, that's what you should have brought the first time. You buying up here $90 yoga pants. You could have brought a whole luggage set. Like, girl, stop. So she say she ain't settling and she gonna find somebody else if he don't get his mind right. And so then she in the call. I said, "Do she got her license? Did she get her license?" And we missed it. But anyway, she in the call and she called somebody about, I'm gonna do A. And that was it. I said, "Oh, child, Lisa, how you mad though? And you already talking to somebody else? Like, make it make sense, Lisa. Make it make sense." And then last but not least, Nicole, Tia, and Daonte, child. Nicole is going for her interview at this tanning salon. The lady looking at her resume and she like, oh, okay, She see this wide ass gap. So she was like, yeah, I worked at 3 other tanning salons. So I got a little skill set in that or whatever. She was like, okay. And she was like, but it's a little gap. She was like, yeah, it's a gap there because, I just got out of prison. I did 6 years. I was 18 and, I was doing dumb stuff. But you know what? I learned my lesson and I'm just trying to move on with my life. The lady was like, oh, okay, bet, I'm into second chances and stuff. So let me give you a little tour. I said, oh, okay, this going good. She thinking about she going to get free tanning because, she a little pale and stuff. I said, okay, girl. So then the lady asked her, well, what did you get charged for? And so she says, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I got charged for robbery, but, not like a store or nothing like that. So your store is safe. But, it was robbery, but I was 18 and stuff, and if you decide to hire me, your store will be safe, I said, girl, you should have said it was something else. Like, I guess, do they look it up? When they look up stuff, do they see what your charges is? I guess they do, because that's public record. But, I wouldn't have told that story. And then I wouldn't have said that, your store would have been safe. Because that just sounded like you robbed another store that wasn't quite safe. But, you said it wasn't a store. But do that lady really know? I guess she could look up the charges. But I don't think, she was getting that job. But Nicole thought, she was very excited. And she said the interview went well. I said, okay, did we watch the same interview, girl? But the lady said, it's just going to be part-time. But we do call you and stuff. She was like, all right, well, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you for meeting with me. And she walked out. Her boo Tia out there waiting for her with some coffee. And then she tell Nicole, look, I don't think you should take the job. Nicole like, what? And then she tell us that, Tia got the lifestyle, her family and everybody take care of her. So that's where she got that BMW from. But then I'm like, girl, so you got family who taking care of you, but you still managed to end up in jail. Like, priorities. Get your life right. But anyway, she's saying like, she was like, well, I'm sorry, you ain't got it the way I do. And she was like, you right, I don't know that life. So then Nicole was like, well, maybe we should call up Daonte because he was always taking care of me and stuff. And then she tells us how she missed Daonte because he was sweet. He opened up the door for her. He brought her things and stuff. I said, So then she tells Tia, Daonte is the money or whatever. So Tia was like, well, I'm going to support you, boo. I said, so you going to pimp your girl out? That's what you just hold her. So you the pimp. And you just, oh, okay. So she like, well, if he willing to spend the money on a bad bitch, let him. Like, go ahead and call him up right now, baby. So she get on the phone. She start calling him up. Ring, ring, ring. She called Daonte. He on the speakerphone. Child, why he with Derek with this little weird caterpillar across his lip? I said, no, Derek, that ain't the look for you, baby. So, she talking to him. She like, well, hey, how you doing? He like, I'm doing fine. How you doing? And she like, well, I just wanted to kind of meet up with you and stuff. And so he was like, Derek in the background, don't meet up with that bitch. She crazy. Leave her alone. Oh, well, yeah. I that would be nice. I would. So Derek like, man, you stupid. And so then she says she gonna send him the details in a text message or whatever. I said, boy, you is a hot ass, stupid ass mess. Because you think this girl really... Okay. So Derek is basically like, why would you tell her you was gonna meet up with her? Like, how many times did you call me up telling me like mad about what she did and how she treating you and how she using you and stuff like that? And his whole thing, Daonte's whole thing is he was with Chelsea before Nicole, and Chelsea overdosed a day after he spoke to her or whatever. So he feels responsible for her death because Chelsea had called him up and wanted to get back with him, and he was so fixated on Nicole, he told her no. So then the next day he got word that she had overdosed. So he feels like if he would have took her back or called her or talked to her or whatever, that he could have saved her life. Like either way, she probably would have went down that tunnel and it would have just happened later than when it did, unfortunately, because they usually pick drugs unless they got that mindset to get right. And it didn't sound like she was ready to get right. So Daonte, not that you're going to look at this or hear this or whatever like that, but don't take that burden on you that had nothing to do with you. And she was going to do what she wanted to do regardless if you had took her back into your life or not. So please don't blame yourself for her death. But Derek was like, well, yeah, you had good memories with Chelsea. Have you had any good memories with Nicole? I can't. Did you say yes? No? Okay, that's what I thought. So, Derek tells us, like, yeah, 100% chance that, like, the sky is blue, you gonna take her back or whatever. He was like, because he the king of all simps. I was cracking up. So, Derek was like, well, when she called up, the problem I got, when she called up, she didn't apologize for nothing like that. Like, didn't she leave you for her old girlfriend? He was like, yeah, she left me for Justin Bieber, MGK, and Post Malone lookalike. I said, not Justin Bieber, Machine Gun Kelly, and Post Malone lookalike. I died because he right. Like, he right. And so we see that, and then Tia telling Nicole, like, well, I support you. So, like, whatever you do, I support you. And long as you ain't screwing that nigga, then it's all right. But don't do that. Because, just get paid, okay? I said, so you really is pimping your girl out to get money versus you supporting her financially because that's what she need right now, or allowing her to get a job. You just gonna let her sell her body, not her body, but yeah, selling her body, even though she not getting nothing, she not giving him no sex or whatever like that, but she's still selling him a dream, and you okay with that? You okay? Girl, bye. She don't really love you, Nicole. Run. Anyway, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down there in them comments. Like, child, these people is a hot mess. I don't think Stan doing nothing with nobody, but you never know. And Marcelino and Brittany, I don't believe their story. John and Christiana, I'm over them, but I wish her the best in luck. Shane and Lacey, I'm over Lacey. But Shane, get you some therapy. Nicole, Tia, and Daonte, boy, you stupid. And Brittany and Ray, keep your head up, Ray, and get you another job. All right, y'all. If y'all are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you ended up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. All right, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Until then, peace.